Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is just going to be my go-to everyday affordable look. Super simple, using all drugstore products. A couple of them are not drugstore, but they are affordable, and who doesn't love that? So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, to start today, I'm going to be taking, this is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus 3-in-1 primer water. It says prep, set, and refresh. I'm just going to use this to kind of hydrate my face a little bit more. I do have my window cracked because it's ungodly hot in here. So unfortunately the traffic's going to be a little loud. So I'm going to try to speak up a little more and hopefully help with that. So I'm just going to spray that on my face for some extra hydration. This is the coconut one. It smells so good. For my brows, I used a combination of the Maybelline Brow Precise Micro Crayon in Blonde, and I also used the Maybelline TattooStudio in, oh, this is soft brown. Sorry. It took me a second. I know my eyebrows don't match. Oh, one of these days I'll figure it out. But they look good individually, so that's cool. For primer today, we are going to be using the Maybelline Master Prime. This is the Blur and Smooth. I'm going to take this, and especially in the T-zone, where my pores are. I don't find that this one does as good of a job on my pores as the Revlon one, but I still really like it, so we're using it. Alright, and for foundation, I am going to be using the L'Oreal True Match, and mine is in the shade Fresh Ivory number 0.5. It looks like this. And I was going to use my brush, but it's not affordable or drugstore, so I'm like, never mind, I'll use a sponge. And I'm of course going to use the Real Techniques sponge. Let me go ahead and pick the mirror up. I find that this foundation has a really good coverage. And I find the finish to be kind of natural. It's not too matte and it's not too dewy. I like the the Infallible Fresh Wear that L'Oreal just came out with that everyone's raving about. But for me, for some reason, I find it to be like super matte. And it's just weird because a lot of the YouTubers I watch have dry skin and they haven't complained about that. So I don't know what it is about my face, but it doesn't like it so much. So, not sure what that is. I like it. I like the coverage. It just seems a little drying on me. Pat that out. And I did use concealer to carve out my brows, so I do have some concealer around my brow area, but that's alright. And I think it blends out really nicely. I might add a little more in my cheek area when we're done, because that is where most of my red, just like poured it, tell it on my hand. It's where most of my redness is, but that's alright. Woo! Got too much. And you know, you'd think that if you have a lot, that's like going to give you more coverage, but sometimes it can actually make it just look too cakey and too foundation-y, if you will. Where obviously you're wearing foundation, but you don't want people to necessarily know that. I mean, chances are they will, but you just don't want it to look too makeup-y. So if you put too much in one spot, it can look really cakey. So that's why you want to blend it out really nicely and take your time. I find that when I do videos, I tend to rush because I feel like my videos are super long and I don't want to bore you guys, but I also want to teach. So, and I'm new, obviously, so I don't know everything, but I know a little bit. A little bit. I love the way this looks on my skin. Now, I feel like I have way too high of standards because like no foundation will ever cover everything on me. I have so much like acne scarring, and I have like random just like spots on my face. I'm not sure what they are, and nothing will entirely cover those, you know, except for Photoshop, but sometimes you just have to deal with your imperfections, and that's alright. Like, makeup's not going to cover everything, and it doesn't have to. So I don't think I need to add any extra on my cheeks, actually. I think it looks decent. Alright. We're gonna move on to, yeah, that was way too much foundation. Oops. We're gonna move on to concealer, excuse me. And I am going to be using another L'Oreal product. This is their Infallible Full Wear Concealer that came out in like collection with the foundation. This one is, it might be a little too light, and it's more of a pinky undertone, which I think helps brighten, but hopefully it doesn't do too bad. And this has a big doe foot applicator similar to the Tarte Shape Tape. I'm going to start with a little and only do one at a time because I did read and notice on some people's reviews that it does dry quickly. I don't think it's too light. Thought it would be a little too light with this foundation. I have such a hard time color matching. I'm really bad about it. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and use this to highlight the center of the face. Alright, and now we're going to quickly set the under eyes. This is the Real Techniques setting brush. And I'm actually going to be taking this Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder under my eyes. I've used this a couple times and I'm still not quite sure how I feel about it. So let's tap this out again and make sure there's no creasing. I kind of feel like that darkened it. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, no. I don't like that for my under eye at all. Alright, to set the rest of my face, I'm just using the Maybelline Fit Me powder in the shade 05. And I'm just going to be taking this Sonia Kashuk #1 brush. And I'm just going to take that all over. Yeah, I don't like that brightening powder. It didn't brighten at all. I want to try the Fenty Beauty, like one of their new powders. It's a lavender shade, and it's supposed to be like really, really good for brightening the under eye. So I really want to try that. Like, oh, my under eyes look awful. This was not supposed to happen in this video. This is not a first impressions. Like, I have used that a couple times, but yikes. For today's video, I am going to be using one of my favorite palettes of all time. This is the Dream Street palette. It's a collaboration with Kathleenlights and Colourpop. It looks, mine's messy. It looks like this. We're going to start with the shade Shooting Star. Yeah, Shooting Star right here. And I'm going to be using my Olimar Cosmetics brush. And we are just, you know, throwing that into the crease. I'm not doing anything crazy. This is just super simple, like my go-to look. I'm going to bring that up towards the brow with whatever's left on the brush. I don't like that concealer on my eye. I usually just prime my eyelids with the Colourpop No Filter Concealer. But today I was like, well, blending that out underneath the eye, why not bring it on top of the eye? And I'm not a big fan. Take just a little more towards the inner part of the eye. This is one of my favorite shades to use in the crease, besides the next shade, which is, I should know this. I use this palette all the time. Magical. The creamy, like, orangey shade. I love it. But today I thought we'd use this one. Alright, let's go ahead and go to the other eye. I am so sorry about the traffic, you guys, but it's so hot in here with these lights on. And I feel like a fan would be loud too, so we just cracked the window ever so slightly. Still think I need a little more on that left eye just to make them even. I'm gonna bring it up. I feel like I have a lot of lid space to work with, which is nice. I just don't always know what to do with it since I'm still learning, especially with eyeshadow. Eyeshadow is a huge learning thing for me because I just never used much. I'm gonna take that same shade. Let me clean this brush off ever so quickly. This is the e.l.f. It says it's 202 brush. What is it? Oh, is there no name? It's like a smudger brush or something. Let me clean it. I'm so bad about cleaning my brushes. Horrible. Oh, and while I'm holding this palette using the mirror, I am going to be doing another look using this. And if you haven't seen my last Instagram picture, we'll put my Instagram handle here. Or is it here? Whatever. I'll put it on the screen. And you can see the look I did with this. I was supposed to be filming it, but it didn't work out. Instead, I ended up filming my second episode of my mental health series. It was a borderline personality video, like informational video. I'll go ahead and link that up above in case you want to see it. We are taking that same shade and just bringing it on the lower lash line. Like I said, today's look is super simple, super easy. I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. If you don't have this palette, you could use your bronzer in the crease and use that there. I think that looks really pretty too, using bronzer as like a transition shade. I think that's really nice too. Oh, I have really bad creasing. I don't know if it's the powder or the concealer. I'm going to take that shade one more time. And I'm going to kind of create like a cat eye effect out here, just so we have some kind of shape going on. Do the same thing on the other eye. I hope you guys can see, like I'm always afraid the mirror's in the way. Whatever, we'll go with it. Alright, and like I said, this is a super simple look. For the all over lid, I'm going to be using the Colourpop. This is also a Kathleenlights collaboration. This was her like twinkling lights that she came out with. This is the Super Shock Shadow in the shade Light Up, which looks like this. It's kind of, it reminds me of the shade Twinkle in her palette. Maybe like its little sister or something, do you see? I don't know. I think they look similar. These I love. I just take my finger because they're so soft and buttery and creamy and delicious. Love them. And I'm just putting this all over the eye. Super simple. Oh, it's so pretty. I love these shadows so much. I want to own all of their Super Shock shadows. Their Super Shock highlights, Flexitarian, is stunning. I'm not using it in today's look because it's super impactful and I feel like that's more like a glam. Look how pretty. It's just so simple. I love it. If you want to use a brush, you can. I feel like I have more control with my finger. And especially when I'm doing a simple look like this, I don't care about being super precise or anything like that. I love it. Alright, and just quickly without adding any more product, I'm going to take that brush again through the crease just to blend it out. Oh, I love that color. Super, super pretty. And I think I want to use, do I want to use a black eyeliner? I think we're going to use brown. Zevia, by the way. It's delicious. I love it. I didn't think I would because I really don't like the LaCroix, is that how you say it? LaCroix, the flavored water. I don't like those. I wish I did, but I don't. I'm taking the NYX retractable eyeliner in the shade Brown. I'm going to tight line. Where's Jen? Tight line with that on my upper lashes. So I don't want to use black because I feel like that's just a little too harsh for this look. And I am going to take that on my waterline, but I'm just going to take it about 3/4 of the way in. So we don't make it too smoky or too dark, because we're keeping this simple. Alright. And then I want to do my brow bone highlight and my inner corner highlight. I feel like I'm yelling because of the traffic. I'm going to go back into the Dream Street palette, and I'm going to take the shade Moony, which is this shade down here. Kathleen always uses this one, and I'm like, man, if she's going to do it, why not? So I'm going to use that on my brow bone as well as the inner corner. Very pretty, very pretty. And it's not too like super blinding or anything, which is nice when you're doing just a simple look. But it still has that, you know, bright highlighted effect there in your corner. I'm so sorry, the kids are running down the hall. All right, let me touch up my brows super quickly. I know, they're horrible. Someone come do my brows. I don't think it's the products I use, honestly guys, it's me, because I feel like you could make any brow product work if you know what you're doing. I need microblading. Just saying. Alright, we're going to move into mascara. This is the Essence Volume Stylist 18-Hour Lash Extension Mascara. Super affordable. Here where I live, the only place I found Essence in store, besides Ulta, is at Meijer. Alright, so the eyes are done. I love this look. It's so simple and so easy. So we're going to move on to bronzer, and I'm going back to my favorite, my baby. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is the shade Light Bronze. And of course, it smells delicious. I'm going to try something different with my bronzer. I always like, but I saw Tati maybe like tapping it. So we're going to try that and see if it looks better. We're just going to try, and this is my Ulta bronzer brush. Does this look okay? I feel like I went in way heavy-handed over here. Oh, it looks patchy. I'm horrible, guys. Actually, I do like the tapping on the forehead because I have such a large one. And I am going to do this against the jawline. You know, make it look like I don't have a double chin. I say these things jokingly, not necessarily in like a... whatever, I'm joking. For blush, L'Oreal again, jeez. A lot of L'Oreal products. This is their Super-Blendable blush in this shade, Baby Blossom. This is Beauty Accents. I don't even know where I got this brush, but it's an angled brush. And for some reason, I do like angled brushes a little better for blush. I'm not sure why. we are almost done, guys. Alright. And now the highlighter I'm going to use, I freaking love this highlighter. It's by e.l.f. Isn't their baked highlighter? And I think this is Moonlit Pearls, the sticker's gone. It is, like I said, it's their baked highlighter. And with these, you do have to kind of scrape off the top to get any decent payoff. But I love this highlighter. It's so pretty. And I'm, of course, using my BH Cosmetics number 4 brush. It is my favorite blush for highlighting. I don't even know what they had intended this brush to be used for, but look at, like, I barely even, it's so pretty. And it's super intense, and it's like $3 at most. I went in a little too hard, but I'm not going anywhere, so it's fine. And I'm going to go down the nose and my Cupid's bow. Alright, do you guys like the highlighter? I love it. I think it's beautiful. And now for lips. We're going to start with this Maybelline Color Sensational Shaping Lip Liner, and this is the shade Beige Babe. Oh, like the tip's gone. That's cool. Then I'm going to go into the Maybelline lipstick in the shade Baddest Beige. About this, because Jacqueline, or no, this is the wrong one. This is Blushing Beige, which is still good, but it's not the one I wanted. No, that's not it either. There it is. But I did buy this because Jacqueline Hill recommended it, and it's beautiful. I love the formula. I like this look. I think it's pretty. I think it's simple. Let's set the face. I'm trying this out. This is only the second time I've used it. I have the Milani Make It Last. This is the Milani Make It Dewy setting spray. So we're going to give her, I don't know if you're supposed to shake these, but it probably can't hurt. I'm just going to let that dry. Guess I can take my ears off now. Oh! Wow, my hair looks great. Oh, and I got setting spray all over my mirror. So now I can't even see in it. So I have a timer on my watch. Because the way this camera is made, you can only film like so many, like the clip can only be so long and then it cuts off. So hopefully it hasn't cut off yet. But this is the look that we got today. I hope you guys liked it. I love drugstore makeup. I own almost exclusively drugstore and affordable makeup because I'm a mom of 3 kids, we are on a budget, but I love makeup, and you can find fantastic stuff at the drugstore or Colourpop, Morphe. There's a lot of affordable brands out there. But anyways, I hope you guys liked it. I hope you enjoyed this look. I like it a lot. Super simple, super easy. But if you guys haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.